First up, fighting out of the blue corner, Wyatt Lantz from Missouri.
I sent him a picture with the Dallas Cowboys.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, representing Kansas, Zach Mazy Franks. Tonight's opening bout is brought to you by Air Summit Heating and Cooling, servicing all makes and models since 1989. Fighting out of the blue corner, Wyatt Lantz. And fighting out of the red corner, Zach Mazy Franks. Cable down the arena. Let's make some noise!
Red, you ready? Blue, you ready? Fight!
We're off here. Mazy Franks versus Lantz, FAC 33.
Similar build in both these guys. Very much taller and longer than most people in the division.
Both looking comfortable so far on the feet. Mazy Franks takes a shot on the single leg.
It's a good entry. Oh, beautiful right cross. Lands on the chin there off the grappling exchange.
Lantz looking to land that head kick. He's thrown it twice now. Mazy Franks returns with one of his own.
staying very active with the kicks. You usually don't see the body kicks and head kicks coming from that right side in the close stance. Deep in on the takedown here.
They're going to peel that leg off the cage. So far, Lantz doing a good job of staying on his feet.
Yeah, Lantz needs to get rid of this. There we go. He was hugging the head there, trying to maybe look for a guillotine, but if you want to defend the takedown first, digs his underhook. Now looking to break.
On this separation is where Mazy Franks landed in first. It's Lantz who lands there on the way out.
Good long 1-2 there from Zach. That's the head kick I'm talking about. You usually don't see it because it comes from the close side, so your shoulder usually closes everything off. But he's been pretty successful with it. Franks really hasn't made him pay for it yet, but it is easier to catch the head kicks, the body kicks coming from that close side.
He goes to it again, lands a right hand off of it. Mazy Franks returning with some pressure though.
Yeah, great response there. Immediately blitzing back. I would like to see Zach close his mouth. He has his mouth wide open. That's a mistake. Sometimes we see these amateurs. Sometimes they don't have the best mouthpiece. Maybe it's not a custom one. Maybe it's just a boil to bite.
Mazy Franks in on that single leg again, looking for the takedown.
Second time he shoots for the single leg, and the entry is nice. He gets very deep, but it's the posture that's forcing him not to be able to finish this. His posture is very broken, and it's very hunchbackish, and he needs his head up to finish the single leg.
Lantz is trying to look for that guillotine here again. Throws a nice knee to the body. Blood trickling from the nose of Lantz. Looking for a guillotine
here. Zach needs to put his left arm over the head of Lantz. You hear his corner imploring him. He needs to get that left arm over. That's going to help. That's going to help a lot. Beautiful defense there.
He returns to some strikes, trying to steal the round.
Wants to get it back.
Great first round there from two featherweights.
Two young guns battling out. Very close round. Very back and forth.
I will say this of Mazy Franks in that guillotine too. As I was watching his first fight, he does not have any quit in him. He's going to fight bell to bell to get out of. He fought out of a lot of bad spots in that his first fight. And, we saw him battle through the guillotine there.
Yeah, Zach Mary Franks did a great job of listening to his corner, and Zach Cummings imploring him to get that left arm over the shoulder. That'll shut down that high arm guillotine almost immediately. It's a tough thing to finish unless you don't know the defense, so he does a great job. I like to go over the shoulder with it, but he posted a frame, same but different, and then fires back in this flurry as you see here on the tail of the tape, or sorry, in the replay, brought to you by Apple Roofing.
Both these guys looking fresh and comfortable, ready to go here into round number 2.
Interesting note here, we just saw the ref go over to Zach Mary Franks and tell him, hey, make sure your mouth is closed so that mouthpiece doesn't fall out.
For that push kick up the middle was Mazy Franks. He's looked for it a few times, but closes the distance, back in, looking for the takedown. Hasn't been able to find it just yet.
It's a minute detail that's the reason why you can't finish these takedowns, but the entries look clean. The entries are nice, well timed. These blitzes that Zach does is where he's had the most success.
Looking for the guillotine now though is Lantz.
This one's arm in, a little different.
His head
Let's
out.
go of it.
Both these guys have had moments of success in the separation, looking from these clinches, looking for those knees and looking for the hooks up top.
Yeah, Lantz is going to have a hard time. If he's trying to finish the standing guillotine, he's going to have a hard time doing it with the arm in.
Mazy Franks looking to fight the hands to get out of there, but he's eating some knees in the process.
Yeah, good knees by Lantz to soften Zach up.
Lantz now has double underhooks to see if he can do something with it. Looks to trap the leg.
If you need to, exit and throw something.
Yeah, had the body lock, but his hips were kind of far out. It's hard to take someone down without your hips being in. from the body lock position.
We're back here in that guillotine position again.
Yeah, and even though there's not much of a threat with that arm in guillotine, the knees are very threatening. So great on Lantz to use this to find knees and punish the body.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, Jeff, in Missouri, they cannot throw knees to the head as an amateur.
They cannot. No knees to the head as an amateur, no elbows as an amateur here in the state of Missouri.
Good frame.
Mazy Frank's not been able to really find the separation that he wants here in this position. Like you said, not a ton of threat with the guillotine just yet, but is using it to land those knee strikes on the inside.
Yeah, I like that. He's using it for control, just to kind of stick Mazy Franks there. And that's kind of been the story of the last 2 minutes of this round, is knees from the clinch.
Both these guys trading long straight punches, and we're back out at striking range now. Big head kick there by Lantz. Just catches the toes though, not quite the shin.
And Mazy Frank's doing exactly what he needs to do, is put the pressure on in a round where he spent most of it with his back towards the fence.
Just 5 seconds left though here in the round. Great round there for Wyatt Lantz. Able to land those strikes on the inside, land those knees, and use that head control.
Yeah, tons of action here in this second round. Here in the replay, brought to you by Apple Roofing. Those blitzes were where Mazy Franks had the most success, but the story of this round was the time Mazy Franks spent with his head and an arm-in guillotine getting knee to the body. He almost didn't have an answer to respond to. It wasn't really threatening, but it was more for control. If Mazy Franks would have fought the hands a little bit, dug for an underhook, and just clinched over-under, he could have broke off. And when he's had the most success has been out in the open on these blitzes. I would like to see him do more of these blitzes and just stay on Wyatt Lantz after the blitzes. So he'll do a blitz and let off of him. Keep pressuring, because that's where he's had the most success.
See if Mazy Franks can make those adjustments here in round number 3. Our third and final round.
Yeah, we want to keep
Great
those
fight though here so far for these two amateurs.
Reg, you ready? Blue, you ready? Fight!
Let's keep up the middle there by Lantz.
That first round was very close. I'm interested to see what the scorecards are if we go there for that first round. So we could be in a position where Mazy Franks needs a finish.
Yeah, you heard Coach Zach Cummings calling for exactly what you asked, to stay at distance, to stay long on those strikes, but this time Lantz kind of closes to distance, gets the underhooks, and puts Mazy Franks against the cage.
And that's exactly what you want to do for Lantz. That's where you had most of your success. And there just really seemed to not be an answer from Mazy Franks from this position. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, Trey Spencer, he's just going to try to hold you here.
Mazy Franks trying to circle back to the center, create some distance, eats a right hand in the process though.
Yeah, better job to break off the clinch. Both these gentlemen do a great job of fighting off the break. So anytime they're in a grappling exchange, they break off. If somebody's firing and it usually lands. And I feel like Mazy Franks, if he makes this a dogfight, can have more success. Oh, but those knees are punishing from Lantz. We've seen them all fight.
Right to the liver. You saw Mazy Franks' hand drop there a little bit, but he turns off the cage.
And it's the posture, right? He's deep in on the single leg, but his posture's already going downward, so it's really hard to finish a takedown when your head's not involved. If your head's looking down, that's where you're going to go if you try to finish the takedown. We see it all the time in folk-style wrestling and in high schools where someone shoots a takedown and they're looking down at the mat. So if someone sprawls, that's exactly where your face is going to go. You're going to face plant the mat.
Those body shots definitely adding up here. Lantz attacking the body while defending the takedown, and you can see the hands come back every time from Mazy Franks.
Now a little higher up in the crotch, maybe looking for a high crotch. He does need to get underneath the center line of Lantz to finish his takedown. So if Mazy Franks were to bring his knee in between the legs of Lantz, he could finish a high crotch.
Just 30 seconds left, though, in the fight. He's trying to get in on the legs, looking to find that posture you were talking about here, Jeff.
Has the hands locked. He needs to get his knee involved. There we go. Hands are locked. Beautiful defense by Lantz is to stay up.
Just 10 seconds left in the fight, though. Some showmanship there by Wyatt Lantz to finish out the fight. Exciting fight to kick us off here at FAC 33. I don't think we saw a bit of groundwork in that fight at all, Jeff. Both these guys were keeping it standing.
Multiple attempts there from Mazy Franks. Just great defense by Lantz. And again, the entries were clean. I think he's going to watch this back and try to refine some of the details on these takedowns, because the initial entry's clean, but the finishing mechanics just aren't quite there. And Lantz did a great job of keeping his balance on some of these takedowns and defending the correct way.
Jason Nevins going around to collect our scorecards.
Two young guns. Both these guys were born in 2006. Golly, Matt, we're getting old, man.
Yeah.
I bring that up to say these guys are young. They'll both learn from this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that as they were walking in, right? The experience that you gain as an amateur. They just got 3 full rounds inside the cage, bunch of different positions, right? That long strike, getting that crazy pressure. I mean, that's one of the things I was thinking about beforehand, Jeff, is like, we get to watch 9 minutes of this, but these guys have been thinking about this and preparing for this for weeks and months, and I'm honored I get to call it here. So, but we'll send it up to Jason Nevins to give us the official decision.
All right, folks, let's give it up for these two fighters. Opening night. First bout, I should say, going the distance. In our first bout, Judge Swanberg scores about 30 to 27. Judge DeVilbiss scores about 30 to 27. And Judge Geary scores about 30 to 27. Your winner, by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Wyatt Lantz!